Hello everyone, this is RaceBase back in Flight Sim 2020 to check out the Ascendance ATEA by Hangar Studios 713. It's available on hangarstudios713.com for $5. It is an experimental aircraft. It is a real concept. The company has a website and everything. Well, that's something anyway. I don't know how far along they are, basically, is what I'm saying. But it is a VTOL that can also transition into horizontal flight. So, sort of, I don't want to say sort of like an Osprey, but anyway, it's like that. It's got two little propellers here, and I'm in Flight Sim 2020 because it says it's Flight Sim 2020 compatible and didn't explicitly say it was Flight Sim 2024 compatible, otherwise I'd test it in Flight Sim 2024. It has a number of liveries that mostly make me want to stick to the default one. Maybe this red one's okay. But we're gonna see how it flies. And it doesn't carry a whole lot. You can carry 4 passengers aside from the pilot. Ooh. Okay. It seems to have me on a roll here. Oh, and I'm already going up. No. How do I stop that? It doesn't seem to be responding to my throttle. It responds to yaw, but not pitch. It's already in hover mode. But... oh. Okay, well, I'm going down now. Can I stop? Okay. That sound... well, as you can see, it has the default avionics. That's the parking brake sound. Let's keep the parking brake on for a sec. So yeah, for some reason it started on a roll, which ruined my ability to do a normal sort of review of it. Here's the plane. It's sort of a gloomy day here. I'm not thrilled by the little propeller on the nose, but at least once it's spinning, it doesn't really show up that much. I suppose there's a good reason for it to have a propeller on the nose that I don't understand. They're very small propellers. It's a very slick plane. I mean, I like trying out very interesting experimental planes, and this is certainly a very interesting experimental plane. Okay, let me release the parking brake. So, maximum takeoff weight, about 2,000 kilograms. 135 knots cruise speed, 12,500 feet service ceiling, so presumably non-pressurized cabin. Max range, realistic, is 248 nautical miles, but it has a max range sim, which says unlimited fuel. I don't know. Hopefully it has proper fuel tracking, and that's just an alternate mode. I'm not clear about that. So we do have a hover mode and a hover ceiling. The hover ceiling is 5,000 feet. This is the fly mode right there. Oh, okay, no. I wanted to fly. Fly mode. Now it says fly mode, but I still can't pitch down. Oh, I can roll now. Okay, so past a certain altitude, or something allowed me to start being able to fly regularly, and probably it's the speed. Let's see. Will it automatically kick in some sort of hover thing at a low speed? Or is it just gonna stall? Okay, so once it's in fly mode, I think it doesn't automatically go into hover mode unless you tell it. So let me throttle up here. Oh, it might be too late. Let's see. Okay, I recovered it. Let's see. Let's say I put it into hover mode. But when I lower the throttle, it takes a while for it to start actually going down once it's in hover mode. Probably for the best. I wonder why the torque is at like 0 there. The prop RPM is also reading 0. But I guess maybe it only reads the little ones on the tail and nose. It doesn't read the hover props when it's trying to figure out the torque and propeller RPM. Well, I'm in everybody's way, aren't I? Hovering is just hovering. You can't tilt down like a helicopter to fly it like that. It's holding the pitch flat. When I pitch down, it starts moving forward though. So it doesn't actually pitch down, but it acts like it's pitching down. It acts the way a helicopter would, but it keeps it flat. Drifting. you can drift with this. So the landing gear, well, it says gear up there, but it didn't look like it went up at all. It's very easy to fly. I'd say once you figure it out, there's no problem flying it. Let's try to get into fly mode, but it'll restrict my fly mode until we're past a certain speed, I think. Okay, then it's happy. Then it lets me pitch down and up as I please. With the caveat of the little propeller on the nose, it's a very slick plane. Good looking plane overall, considering it's got these hover fans in the middle of its wing. The manual is only 8 pages long, and that's including the front page. So there's not a whole lot of information. It does have a startup procedure, but it's basically what you'd expect: battery, alternator, avionics, fuel valves, fuel crossfeed, engine start. So, and then generators. I mean, the manual says the aircraft does not use retractable gear. So I'm like, what does it even, but okay, on the landing gear it says always spawns down or safe. Reset gear button available if gear enters unsafe mode. Required for proper hover or fly logic. The aircraft does not use retractable gear. So whatever. I'll just leave it down. I guess they're using the landing gear functionality for the fly logic. Not sure. Well, let's suddenly get into a hover, shall we? So it slows our speed after making us go flat. But it takes a while for us to slow down. And again, to go forward, you still pitch down, like with a helicopter. It just doesn't actually visually pitch down. Are those people there? Maybe I'm picking them up. No, I don't know. Possibly. But the hover logic is very strict. It will make it easy for you. That's a lot of grass. Somebody needs to mow this place. We have sunk into the grass. Okay, well, that is the plane in this version of Flight Sim. I'm gonna try it out in Flight Sim 2024 to see if it works as well, and maybe the start will be a little bit better for all I know, instead of suddenly deciding to get me up in the air. Alright, it shows up in Flight Sim 2024, and if we click configure, does it do anything strange? Some planes do something strange here, but this one does not. It's got its liveries. I'll try the red one this time. And this time I will try, let's say Macau. I've got some scenery in Macau. Okay, well, looking alright so far in here, except it's doing the beep for the parking brake. At least the parking brake is set initially here. For some reason it didn't seem to start with the parking brake before in Flight Sim 2020. Okay, so we're in fly mode right now. Can it even take off in fly mode like that? I don't have the flaps down, I probably should. Eek. I didn't want to scrape the tail or something, but we're off. Doesn't have a huge... well, I guess it has a fair amount of tail clearance. Auto select. Well, let me try hover mode very suddenly. Okay, does the same thing. It can sure yaw fast. I think it yaws faster in here. I don't even know how it yaws, to be honest. I suppose there's something about how quadcopters do that. Pitching down still makes you move forward very, very slowly. So it is like that. Gear up. Gear up leads to the persistent beeping. So I'll just leave it down. It doesn't really have retractable gear anyway. The auto select. That wasn't being lit up the last time. We start off with less fuel here. Doesn't have that much range. It's basically competing with helicopters as far as range is concerned. Yet another Eiffel Tower. I doubt they made the colliders on this building so that I could pass through those holes. Right? Probably not. I don't think I'm small enough for that anyway. But you can really get up close and personal to the building models, probably much to the chagrin of the actual modelers. Sometimes the sound changes. I feel like it's like turning off the air conditioning for a bit or something, I don't know. Plenty of yawing, no rolling or pitching though. Yeah, you could really... whoa, intentionally. Okay, back to fly mode. But again, until you get a certain amount of speed, it won't break you out of hover mode really. About 80 knots. So there you have it, the Hangar Studios 713 Ascendance ATEA. It's a little $5 plane that would be good for sightseeing potentially. Doesn't look too bad. Sort of has part of a Piaggio P180 feel to it. But as far as planes that have, I guess we can call this a canard, can we? I mean, the front wing is larger than the back wing. I don't know if I can call it canard though. It's sort of a biplane, really. But when it comes to canard planes, I'm really looking forward to the Black Square Beechcraft Starship that should be coming out this month. And I will be doing videos with that, I'm sure. So that is one plane I will be getting soon, hopefully. I mean, as soon as they release it. So yeah, but for now I get to enjoy this one. and fly this around. It is a unique plane. I'll have to see about its range. And what nefarious things I can do with it. Does it really have limited range, or does it effectively fly like forever or something? I don't know. I'll have to find out. But for now, this was just a first look, and I'll say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do press like. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time.